How's everyone doing? Are we ready? It's coming together.
Good chain.
In case we have a tendency to make a ballet out of the whole thing and to do it perfectly. And as Julie says, part of the reason for doing this is so they can eat hot, fresh food and then clear and out. So you keep a brisk pace. So we've cleared the meal, out to go, and that's the end of meal service. I forgot to mention about
So, Ashe, Flagelo, Takseng, Kyundruk, Yarkei, Kiki, So, Ashe, Flagelo, Takseng, Kyundruk, Yarkei.
Why don't you show us?
Yeah, it's great. It takes a long time though. The house is big. You got your work cut out for you. Will this be enough? Should I deplete too much of it or just
No,
spare?
tomorrow we basically is all, just energize yourself.
Right.
Wherever it's at.
Yeah. And the night before.
And all through the house,
It's midnight.
the llamas are coming.
The llamas are coming.
Oh! Yay!
Run away!
Too late. To the llama suite. Oh, not done yet. But we're getting wow.
It's like magic. It's like magic. Wow.
Oh, here he is, man, Mr. Sentimentality.
The archivists.
Media man.
Sewing wizard.
Dude, he's gonna
And
be
here's the queen of the suite of His Holiness, Susan. I have focused on you.
Uh-oh.
She's tired. She's been working hard.
My double chins are showing.
No, actually, you're
No
at
way.
the right angle. And now we'll zoom in on the bridge to use the fade out button.
Oh, the bed moved.
That's true. That's what I mean. It's like if the putback is like works smoothly, they'll be so psyched. So that's cool.
What time is it? Look up at the clock. It's today.
Ooh,
Monday.
Mama Eve.
Mama Eve. Not a soul in the house. Not even a mouse.
Oh, it's been recorded for all posterity.
I always do that. Will we videotape you?
Huh? No, I've been filmed enough. It's like
Did you get videotaped?
a wee bit here and there. Yeah, well, we had mic on camera. Visit food.
Ooh.
It's
Check out the pantry.
The thing that's so embarrassing is like every little 10 years, you know, well, they'll put it all in a box, Mrs. Potts, you know.
Don't worry.
It's like, no, I don't even know what's down. Ah. And look at the rice corner. This is Rice Alley over here. Rice and Momo Alley.
Did you see our coffee corner?
I did. I think you may have struck something powerful.
Access, right?
Hey.
You can just like go and slam. Injection, Dharma.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna keep buying gourmet coffees for the household. That'll be my contribution. You know, caution to the winds. For the few hardy souls that drink coffee every morning, we'll have every day we can post a little sign. This morning is Kenya. Now it's mocha matari morning.
Yeah, because Amy's going to be assisting me.
We rule breakfast.
The mafia has breakfast. Tasha telling mafia. John Potts, he'll be in making the coffee. Of course.
That's true.
Excuse me?
Turn, look at the camera.
Yeah.
Things are not ready.
Yeah. Yo, John.
Yes.
When are you leaving, John?
In about 5 minutes. Because we're close. This is the final camcorder sweep.
John, take that. We're all wondering what it says, and if you have it on camera, maybe we can actually find out. On your thing, so when it disappears
Oh.
again, we can find out.
What it says. Got it.
Need to open the door. Hang on a little bit.
Okay.
We reached Boston.
Looking funny, what?
Yeah. I said, finally we got to reach Boston.
Yeah,
We got Boston.
we're glad.
got it.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, one of these, and I'm not sure what size it is.
How long did it be in?
Ben hoping worker generalda ama bence de jiri mondo şansım çok simge kada. Matter böyle nisi yok bani.
As for the responsibilities of the disciples, before we actually begin the Abhisheka, the disciples are required to provide the bodhicitta and also make the traditional mandala offering. So at least two.
Ama şansım çok simge kada. Namkada manyak.
The first step is to generate the awakened mind of the bodhicitta.
Namkada manyak simgen tabi bondo zonju kutuji işini demet aktorun bondo. Çünkü bondo zaman bondo zendeni na bondo tutuya. Dipşerde memşet ki vakır zaman yeni doşilan yirmen sırcın yansı lawa ki o na şansım çok simge kada jini sansa.
In order to generate the bodhicitta, on this occasion, you should please consider sentient beings who are limitless, who are all pervasive like space in number, and that in order to accomplish their ultimate purpose, which would be to be able to, in this very life, establish each and every one of them in the awareness of their own Buddha nature, the state of the primordial Buddha, Samantabhadra, the state of original purity, which is the non-dual experience of the four embodiments, the four kayas, that in this very lifetime, each and every sentient being can be brought to this state of realization through one's own efforts here today, beginning with receiving the ripening empowerment, Abhisheka, which brings the mind to a state of maturity, and then intending to receive all the instructions so as to liberate the mind. And also, shortly after this ceremony was brought into the world, I was able to give this empowerment and these transmissions to His Holiness Nico Kenzie Rinpoche, to the Queen Mother of Bhutan, and many other great practitioners and lamas who gathered there. So it was very auspicious that it fell into their hands almost immediately.
Deni da çözel deni yapsın elini kansa tsamala da tam janda tıp janda mecab onu tutam tendi tabiri gördüler.
So therefore, I truly feel that more than any other practice, this is very expedient, and the blessings and spiritual attainments are exceedingly fresh and exceedingly swift.
İşte yapacağım sayı da onuncu orgen çöpü tıkketta çünkü yani diğer bizapçı kabir kendi gibi nakli.
The main reason for this is because this is none other than the presentation of the enlightened mind of Guru Rinpoche himself, as it is one of his own profound Dharma revelations brought into this world in recent times.
Deni da dadımız kapta na aynı zamanda la toni da vardı deni çoğu deşi oni di da hemşi kamantel la mod üzerine yere cevap alıyor. Ni mala yaptı mami.
For the time that I've come to the Western world, the United States of America, until today, no one has requested me to give Chola Deshe Dula empowerment until now.
Da tarike then there again, then to there's a young when we go on to raise it, Carsamaya, then you need to go to the Zion. They think that they choose up and be here in Japan. Then he Malan up for the keep up more, Sanjin Kanolas will be on the court in Japan. Girls done Daddy choose the Yara that is a double thing to Christama Kayo winner, choose up this may be Haja of some of the Sabana.
And so when the schedule was being presented to me just yesterday upon my arrival here, and I was informed of the Dorje Trulet Abhishek to be given today, then I wasn't really sure if it was due to the fact that it was requested by those who've been planning the program all along, or if it was especially requested by those who belong to this Dharma Center, or whatever the case may be. It pleased me very much to know that there was an auspicious link so that this profound transmission could be given in this country at this time. In general, you must know that in the times of degeneracy, extreme degeneracy such as now, it is only Guru Rinpoche Bhagavatam Baba who can bring us these types of messages that so therefore I'm thinking that the fact that this particular transmission occurs for the first time today here in this center, and many of the disciples of the center have gathered, important disciples of the center, I feel that there's a very important point and an auspicious link that's occurring which indicates that in the future, obstacles that have been here will now be removed if everybody proceeds to practice this profound technique, that previously existing obstacles are soon to be passed by. Now, especially because this is the center of the Vidyadhara Guru Rinpoche, then there's nothing other that we can do other than practice the Dharma. This is our responsibility. Actually, when Trungpa Rinpoche himself went to practice in Paratox on the Tiger's Nest Cave, he also revealed a Trula revelation which is very similar to this Dacia movement. It's so similar that it is considered to be a branch of the same Dharma. However, a suitable vessel to propagate that transmission of his, that auspicious coincidence didn't occur yet. The reason for this is clearly stated in the fine print of his revelation. And at the time that the Dharma was once again being propagated in Tibet, it is mentioned there that he himself, Trungpa Rinpoche, would be obliged to travel to countries which were barbaric, countries where the Dharma did not exist.
Then that corner, the shop of Yakum de la Pere. That Jewish banner, 2 yards in the banner, corn, yards on the channel. Then gentlemen, the Jewish banner, 2 yards in the by Vietnam. That corn, keep going on the end of the race on the side.
Who he presented the Dharma to, who still didn't understand it and still didn't really practice it. So this is why he became so sad.
Then he's on the dinner, that Congo, down in the captain, and the shop of Yakum de la Shop. I'm touching the shop, and you didn't have something. You're my basket, you know, which is here. Then a Remina, that Hammer Chew, Zedu, so Hammer Chew de la Bourgeon de Tata. Then you always can get that some shop. Then Jimana, that chew. Now the 1 2 yards in India, more than patches on come get there. John told you 1,000.
And so therefore he also said that it was necessary for him to come to this Western country regardless of the adverse circumstances and conditions, and put himself on the level of the ordinary ranks of the common masses of humanity, and actually go through the type of inactive conduct that only ordinary people enact. And that in this way he would be able to gradually bring disciples onto the path, and by explaining to them about the kingdom of Shambhala and allowing them to understand how to train to come to know the meaning of Shambhala, that the seed of liberation would be planted in the minds of many beings. Otherwise, it would not be. And so because of this, and because he was able to eventually lead many disciples to the true path of the Dharma and establish them in the absolute meaning of pure practice, he also, later in his life, became very pleased and experienced much sense of completion and happiness.
Then in the caption, that home Jakarta, Varuda, then you do your last paraction. That night you took your one, Chuki down on Mongi. Then you come down.
They were able to travel to India, to Nepal, and to Bhutan, and to meet with many of his old Dharma associates, disciples and friends, and teachers. And he was able to give them profound transmissions. And this made him much happier than he had felt in a long time.
That covered there. Did it better? That's all I feel really good now. That when you were here in Mochi, or that one by a comedy in the cut. Team was up at the cut or party and get at the comedy in the children. They neither were here in Mochi. That got more party. But you have shifted to me that that's after Captain the comedy in the shop of Jota. Think that the phone took me 120,000.
And especially on that same journey when he was intrigued in the Tiger campaign in Bhutan above Para, then because of his connections in his past life and the time of Guru Rinpoche's life, he was able to recall the profound transmissions that he received before. And while meditating, while receiving the blessings of the mind of Karma Pakshi directly into his own enlightened mind stream, and also simultaneously and non-dually the blessings of Guru Rinpoche. True Guru Rinpoche himself revealed a true practice in that cave as his own mind ceremony.
Then that comes to one of the that told the Chuka that I want to pay. Did that come to Chuka also? That told the Deshin on the Tobacco that do the young Namkata Johnny. She's a Congo Zapate, Ajan Bori, one of Cordovia on come quarterly Ajan on the data. That one year, what is something to
So this trilla that he revealed reveals is something very profound, and as I mentioned before, it belongs to the 9 categories of the Trula Deshe cycle that this ceremony here today also is part of. And there are many designated disciples to receive this transmission. However, it's something that has not been able to begin to be propagated yet.
Pina ta ko chu de la ta jima deni so te chala ko police ta te ko che se no che so wa de te ma ko chu de ta cha sa wa mo de ma ra pe ji da deni cha sa wa ha ju ti mo ya yu wa.
So as for this transmission, one branch of it has been, before his passing, it had been propagated by His Holiness Nico Kensi to some degree. But otherwise, the other aspects of it, for which there are many different parts of the actual practice, have yet to really be propagated, and many of them have yet to even be brought into the world.
That day, ko chu de ta cha sa ti da so ma ke de pa shi 다 되는 건데 노동형도 비라 예측을 마음이 있어요. 개발되는 다 힘이 되는 되는 건데 다 나라 돈은 되니 돈을 대신요 그냥 같이까지 돈발 돈을 거기에 장 마음이 되는 민주들이요. 다 키나발라 앞으로요. 반드시 예측 못이다. 다 좋아하는 거지. 가서 손님 들리게요. 상관되는 느낌이 있어요. 다 이치 가지고 엄청 소중
And knowing that this transmission is something that can be of tremendous benefit to sentient beings, then I also feel that in my coming here and in my giving you this Trilla transmission today on this occasion, it is also something that contributes to the propagation of the enlightened mind stream and the transmissions that Trungpa Rinpoche himself brought into this world because of the connection. And so I have every hope and expectation that you will all be able to accomplish the concerned activities that are necessary to be accomplished in terms of receiving this type of transmission. Let's say that Trungpa Rinpoche's Trilla revelation is like a delicious meal that has been placed in an excellent vessel, and it's just placed there, and it's something that is just ready to be consumed. It's absolutely perfect, but it never got consumed. It's still waiting there. It's fresh and ready, but nothing happened. And so my term revelation of Trilla is like Trungpa Rinpoche comes here and he says to you, now eat this dish, partake of this food, here it is, take it. And so that's what I'm telling you, that this transmission and my coming here to give you this is making that connection for you, which means that this Dharma will be able to expand and be propagated ever so extensively.
Then that should be answered. Then that 정말 뭐지야 자성 때도 나와. 나를 그냥 빌리만 때도 나와. 몸을 제대로 답이야 되는 정말 좋아. 그 마음을 느끼는 도저히 그것에 대해서 도저히 지식인데 양성한테 정말 난 이출다 너무 비가라서 도저히.
And also if you practice this Trilla, like I said before, Trungpa Rinpoche wasn't able to reveal all of his revelations in his lifetime concerning Trilla, and I myself have only brought forth a little bit of my own Trilla to Termas. And in fact, there are 9 categories of the Trilla, so it's not completely revealed yet in this world. But it will be when I am in my future rebirth as Dorje Tokme Sao. And so at that time, you will be born as a disciple, and you'll be able to receive all of the remaining Terma transmissions of Trilla if you practice this one now.
Then that's in the shooting house against some authority, that's in the Bumata. Then, Orchid of Portugal, Karma Passing, I admit is another image on Togiri. Kola, Kaka is another original which is come to the Lona, but original which is come to the Lona, Samu. Then he Karma Passing to the Lona, they are Samu. There's some other travel. Karma Passing, original which is come to the water, Mali, 띠띠라 산도 파마도 비그 얘기도 뭐 많이 해.
And also, if you practice this, then when you pass from this life, you will realize the indivisibility, and you will be in the non-dual presence of Guru Rinpoche and Karmapa. So if you understand, that means they're non-dual. Otherwise, those of you who want to go to Guru Rinpoche, maybe that will be easy for you to go to Guru Rinpoche. And those of you who are more inclined to go to Karmapa, you can go to Karmapa. But in this case, it's not necessary to go separate ways. You can meet them both simultaneously and instantaneously, because in fact they are non-dual. This is something you will realize if you accomplish a practice such as this.
가라, 우리 우리 진짜 좋아하는 친구, 박진이가 가까이 이제 좀 있었을 워낙 그거는 코로나가 없지. 가고 밖에 야는 게 오다가 거기 가서 공부 점줄 나가 나섰다. 기업들이 그다 돈 나가다. 내가 어디 봐나 저리가 좀 살아서 된 야는 좀 줄고 다니면서 오다 보면 가고 밖에 공부하는 공부를 좀 지인지 좋아해.
Actually, I'm just teasing when I say that you could go to one or the other, because in fact they're the same. It wouldn't be possible to go to one or the other. It's non-dual anyway. In fact, Karmapakshi was such a great master. He became, of course, the guru of the emperor of China in his time. He displayed so many miraculous feats. Like he used to fly in space and he used to say to the king, the emperor, so he could hear, "Take a look at me. I'm Guru Rinpoche and I'm Sadhava." And he would manifest in this way so that the king saw him as Guru Rinpoche. And of course, it was Karmapakshi. And the emperor took him as his guru.
Then 정말은 그 저는 그 뜻답다. 가마 밖에 투비 그 거를 저도 다 그렇게 저도지. 가마 밖에 그거 영어 그거 저도 연습 없네.
And also in Tripura Rinpoche's Trulip Revelation, it says that the wrathful emanation of Karmapakshi is Umanurti Trulip.
가마 박지세요 가마 아니 가짓바 어제는 뭐 제대로 냥마 말이 이 가짓바 그 무슨 냥마 말이 제대로
And so Karmapakshi is Kardive, Guru Rinpoche is Ningwada. And so when Karmapakshi gets angry, he becomes a Ningwada.
다 됐다니 넘쳐서 잡고 제발라 정말 라마니 가마가 밖에다 우리는 뭐지 아니면 우리 양도 다 달라 왕크 잡고 나도 선양들이 소라게다 지금
Now then, beginning with the actual empowerment, the Abhishek, first of all, consider that the Vajra Master is non-dual as Karmapakshi and Guru Padmasambhava. And in his presence, considering in this way, you should supplicate to receive the empowerment.
예산이
And you must perform the following visualization.
Oops.
Huh? That's what I'm zooming at.
And then they laugh, they smile real
You go up
sweet.
really close to the camera, they'll laugh.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
What? Hello.
Here, you got your cat.
Iya apa tuh?
Teningi juja zo tende tenen zoba jembo kada techugi chandaji tena pogdegares.
In the outer, mind, and inner expanse classes, respectively, the Dzogchen doctrine that is primarily presented is that of Trekchit, the cutting through to original purity, which brings out the view.
Menga gide tendegi tenen trechu don tegar nika tende tena pogdegares.
In the third class, the class of pointing out instructions, both Trekchit, cutting through to original purity, and Togao, crossing over with spontaneous presence, are set forth equally.
Finally registered. Okay, never mind.
Who is she talking to? You know and we don't.
Who knows, anyway.
We're getting this on video.
Uh-oh. Videoing?
I don't see any blinking lights.
Sharp
That's where Mike
Yeah, I'm
that's
fine.
where Mike covered up the blinking red lights. He wouldn't know that it's taping you.
No, I don't think so.
건성을 하면 예시, 하면 예시고 답답하지만 나가 벌어서 걔는 하지 끌고 가지고 없어 산지 지스타나 다들 바르무시.
Think now that you are seated on a snow lion throne at the eastern gate of the mandala.
내가 보나 보나 뭐지 저기 저기 담다 답을 원하는 말이 오만데 비베스도 이 아침에 가서 혼자 집에 가던 수고 답이하게 되니 다 벌나 졸었다 자파니시 생파 나만한 그거는 되게 답이라 답은 그거는 다 그거라 상대로 이게나 뜻대로 지식이 나와신 바니.
Now, because of connections from before, each and every one of you have sacred bonds with special meditation deities, be it Vajra Palaya or Dorje Trulla or Manjushri in his primordial wisdom embodiment. Whatever the case may be, at this time you should consider that you are being given permission to maintain this profound connection.
This one? Special bear.
He's dancing.
Bear and parrot.
Chum.
This is the bear and parrot. Bear one.
Forward and back with
I
that.
was going to get you in it, so go back.
Okay.
I'm sorry to...
And then
It's a Kimball.
I think between the past 5 minutes, I think the hangers are range to fly 6 hours, 5
the chair, remember, Jay? Get it back in order?
We can drive first.
We can drive right to that.
Top there.
That wheelchair.
Hey, girls! Miss Condro!
Yeah, that might be.
Are you real allergic? We're heading off.
Ah, how are you? Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. We have a group of lamas from Tibet visiting
I see.
and having a little Atlantic Ocean.
Ignoring you. Oops, sorry, John. Little movement
Actually,
there.
I don't think she can. The wind's going this way. Why isn't there anybody
First,
here? Is this like
a
totally
chondro.
private? You think?
Yeah.
Completely
now.
private?
Sort of a fast pan, John. But hey, here you come.
Oh, nice. Oh, that must be Dr. Potts. Gee, how could I tell?
Oh, suit. Sailing boat. Where are the awnings?
Huh?
Oh, there they are. But where are the awnings? I couldn't see them though. All right, there they are.
Jamsu na mata ari jamsu tu. Jin jamsu na rego. Jani. Çok jamsu rego. Jamsa ari long ban ni de. Nan da. Ba chene la jamsu khala ban ni. Inti mongol ko ta la ari long ban ka ta ta ni jamsu. Eh so wa. Ta ni de. Jambo. Control de la tonka. Zam. Tonka na tonka yin chi ja. Yin chi. Ari kambo nangala ari kusumba tata. Ari wan Chino sonsam kusumba. Yaran to karo zoga nara to dene rumboche.
I don't know, just kind of the whole tableau.
Ari mamang tawa chimbo nangi. Ari na bone kala Boken Nanga Yuantan.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you guys get a little closer to holiness and I'll get you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's enough. That's all the picture you get. Whoa, that's been running. We'll get a picture, Deidre.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Good day,
Did we tell His Holiness about this area? This is Atlantic Ocean.
Getting this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Probably.
Small. I was going to get the first thing first.
Looks just like John.
Collect some shells.
Okay. Atlantic Ocean. Bay.
And if anyone wants to sit down,
Bay.
Buzzards
Bay. Buzzard is a bird. Named after a bird. Buzzards Bay of Atlantic Ocean. Maybe we should get some clams from the fellow who's collecting.
I think that's probably not.
It's because they're little sentient beings. Oh, they don't eat them.
Well, they're a little living thing.
This is also from a kind of, oh, this is a rock and the seaweed sticks onto it, the plant, so that it doesn't get washed out to sea. So that's just a plant, but the plant sticks onto the rock. What lives in there? A small animal.
Oh, you found one, yeah, the whole... A little fish that lives in the water. These are
Sometimes a pearl, yes.
some yacht animal. They live on top of each other at a time.
And then also in here, small animal.
Water.
Good morning, Sanjay. I didn't see you there. So you are and this kind we don't eat. Yeah. So they can pick their favorites and bring some land for your supply.
Uh-oh. Do you have film?
At the house.
Oh.
Maybe I better. I don't think I'm gonna go get. Are we gonna be here for a while?
That's it.
That's alive.
None of it. That's very friendly. I asked him if he would bring us a couple, so he did. Oh, in bucket.
We can edit.
Oh, look, they're talking to the fishermen.
We should show.
Sort of.
Yeah, well, you know.
Sly's still on.
He does look like it.
Okay, I'm gonna go get more film.
Do you have to get in the car?
But they're very curious about things. So that was great. Thank you. Thanks. Oh yeah, these are scallops. Yeah, those are awesome.
It's good right up until probably September, October here.
He said you want to eat.
They disappear.
Buddhists do not kill.
Girls are interested.
Where is this?
Swimming.
Young show kawareda. Young
The costume's going to guard him. Buddy system. It's a buddy system.
I found one.
Big photos of Traore. Thing is trying to bite me. Is he trying to bite you?
Hello.
Hello. Put it back in the wood.
They come down and grab clam, take it up in the air, drop it on the rock, break open, and come down and get the clam.
Maybe you should tell him.
In eastern Tibet, very like in western people, very like. But we don't have tribe in America. We don't have tribe because
Stop. Try to stop.
yeah. This very hospital, very we think it's very important.
Let's go to Mammoth.
Accent and everything. In formation, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know where it's going to be. Supposed to be. No, they were at night. I think it's about 2,000 kilometers away from the place where it's going to supply time. And it's a very good place around where it's going to live. And supposed to be there, the hospital is good and set, it's good to set up in the place where it's going to supply time. It should be a great benefit. It should bring.
John?
Yes, sir.
We will have
Are you a crazy monk?
I think I'm crazy because I'm going to eat real. John
Kimbo soda.
It really just depends on the
Well, here we are returning. Okay.
Oh, you're actually taking it, right?
Yeah.
See, I told you.
Deidre came. It's Chris's birthday.
Hi.
I almost grabbed the camera for you. Good.
Wake up, Jigme. Wake up, Jigme. I was on the night flight last night, and I didn't, so I really haven't slept. That's my excuse.
And the fearless costling up the wheel.
The cousin was stripped down.
Who followed his charge into the water.
He guarded the llama
in the
right
ocean.
into the water. but he didn't guard me.
And the llama.
He didn't guard the mom yet.
Don't jealous.
If a shark had attacked, the cousin would throw themselves
Into the jaws.
and distract the shark long enough for the principal to get out of the water.
And then behind us in the distance, Yeshin Norbu.
Younger center, to Tonga, to put in the younger center, thousand dollars. Then Tango can make one Amano, Rabata can make a Gajan Sasso, and Jet Bob. Om Mara Patananda, Om Mara Patananda, Om Mara Patananda, Om Mara Patananda, Om Mara You want to receive initiation, you have to chant.
Hamaरा Batana di, Hamaरा Batana di, Hamaरा Batana di, Hamaरा Batana di, Hamaरा Batana di, Hamaरा Batana di, Hamaara Batana di, Hamaara Batana di, Hamaara Batana di.
Manjawan sarwadana Nadravaman Samayasa
From the time you were born until now, this has been the nature of your mind. It's not as though you were born and then later you acquired it, so that at one time you were separate from it. You've never been separate from it.
나중에 그 생태계가 경로될 때 나중에 그 사회적으로 그런 말하자면 캐나 정말 내가 그동안 내가 상담 거의 상담했던 말이에요. 아니 서로 정말 그렇게 남편이 상식이 공통적으로 잘 지금 yapsızsınlar, biliyorsunuz yapsızsınlar, bana yapsızsınlar. Ve hemen bitiyor. Sonra sosyal kelime tarıyoruz. Kanalda, sanmıyor geçmiyor. Sosyal kelime. Hep zamanki yalanlar, sosyal sanatlar kanalda. Demi kepa çengada maya sanatı. Kepa yani simcan kanalda sanki bir şey. Niye yapsın böyle? Niye yapsın? Çünkü bir çıkışların üzerine çıkışların bas, Türk çembazları, Türk yapmacıları, yamsı paraları, dünyada sokağın kantarı bir grup kantarı şuna tabiyorlar. Ne çıktı? Ne kerana gavur, Türkler sonra rotayla kan bir diploma da kalacak. Mara yarabbim. Hem mayınlar hem de onu test edecek. Ama radyo planına friend uçakaydı. Nada hamur. Yani yok yarabbim var. Bagi tempat itu test ya mara. Kan ni cik ayam ni baik. Jangan sekarang syarikat ya lo. Wah apa nama?
For instance, it's like the difference between someone who has honor and who does not, and who is insensitive to the needs of others and really kind of self-centered, which is not like the difference between being ugly or handsome, we could say, because this would be obvious. In terms of the point that's being brought out, that the vehicle that what qualifies one's spiritual pursuit is one's motivation, and then that becomes the vehicle that one is able to maintain as one's focus for practice. Like for instance, if you have a boat that is a very good boat and it has the potential to bring a lot of people across the lake over to the other side, and there are many people who are in danger of losing their lives if they don't get into that boat to cross over to safety. Then if you're someone who is dishonorable and self-centered, then you might try to just rush onto the boat yourself without caring about anyone else. Or you may just care about those who you are close to, like your relatives and friends, and be concerned that they all get on the boat with you and that you reach safety, but you don't care about everyone else that you don't know. Whereas if you're someone who has honor and dignity, then even if you don't know the other people at all, whoever they are, you will care that every single one of them has a chance to get on the boat right along with you and your loved ones and reach the other shore to safety.
You ask him, maybe other ways, so one is the substantive, one is the second. You ask him because he or she took the relatives, his friends, and the other ones, he didn't know why not, just a car. And how was that? And then ask, which person is good? Ask somebody. First one, second one. और बात कर रही है जैसे ये बात है ये भी तो आराम से सेम के बारे में क्यों जुड़ना क्यों संबंध कार्य चलना सेफ्टी को जानते हो सेफ्टी को फिर चलना कौन बुद्धिवाद से पहले वो समझना मारा तो पूरा नहीं किया आई चुप चुप
And not only that, by keeping the samaya, just by keeping the samaya alone, we will experience longevity, good health, and the accomplishment of all of our wishes and goals, because we will be protected by those Dharma protectors who, before at the time of Guru Rinpoche, were bound to the oath of protecting the doctrine and those who uphold and propagate and practice the doctrine. And so this will propagate and practice the doctrine. And so this would be like having the castle of the Dharma protectors around you if you keep your samaya.
아니 당신 마성나 가르치고 있잖아. 저는 가정 제가 가르치는
So even the Vajra castle here in the temple, if they don't want to, they won't let us in the door. If we Dharma. If we do something to upset them, they may decide not to let us in. They have that power. They can actually not let us in.
Okay, ini lama ya.
example, Dr. John Potts, who's here this morning, has been so kind to me on my trip here to Boston, and kind to all the members of my entourage. He's someone who's dedicated his life to be of benefit to all other people, as a doctor with a true, pure, altruistic attitude. And so, if he himself prays to Manjushri, then he will always be able to accomplish his goals. He will truly be able to establish all of these people in a state of true peace and happiness. So he must depend on Manjushri. Just like each and every one of you who are here, you have your goals, you have your work in life. And in order to accomplish those goals and activities, you too must be dependent upon Manjushri, and you will be able to accomplish your goals. You will be able to reap the fruit of your endeavors. This is a brief history or background about the necessity of Manjushri and this type of transmission that's being bestowed here this morning. And now especially to mention a little bit more about the Dharma in the Tibetan tradition, which began with the first, actually the way that the system began with a 60-year cycle of the centuries according to this system. When the Buddha first taught the college and there have also been many other auspicious signs of these revelations taking root in this country, especially all of the many students that I have met on my visit here who have become my disciples and have shown strong enthusiasm towards these practices. And especially I noticed at the time when I was in New York City, there are many very learned Buddhist scholars who gathered there who all received these transmissions and made the commitments to follow through with the practices. And so I took that as a very special sign because these are some of the important people, most of the very important English or American students and teachers who are responsible also for propagating the Dharma. And so the fact that they were there and receiving these transmissions was also a very important auspicious link. And so I really feel that this opportunity that I've had to come to the United States and present these profound revelations and give the Dharma teachings is something that has been extremely important and valuable. And I also have noticed that the American people are people who possess many great qualities, of which I would also like to say a great sense of humor and an ability to really sort of appreciate that which is given to them and to take that with a sense of joy and delight. And due to that, I also have enjoyed myself in terms of being able to say different humorous things and receive a response and know that we are all sharing something in a common way, on a common level that actually transcends the other limitations in language and so forth. And so the communication level has been very direct because of this open attitude that Americans possess. And that the activities that have taken place here during this visit are something that are going to affect people for many, many lifetimes to come. It is not something short-lived. It is something that we could say is going to be very long-reaching and permanent in terms of lifetimes and centuries to come in the future. Something that is of true benefit. Especially at the time that I received this revelation bursting forth from my awareness while I was practicing at the Five Peaks Mountain in China. You see, at a time that a revelation comes out, one is not necessarily aware of the predictions about that revelation at that time, nor would it be suitable to speak about a prediction for its future. But what happened was that while I was in the Vajradhana Shrine Room at RMGC in Colorado, while I was teaching, spontaneously I remembered the prediction about this prophecy at that time, which was actually predicted by Kunpen Nima. And it was actually predicted by Kunpen Nima. And Salinas just said the whole prediction. And what it means, I can't actually translate exactly what he said, but then he went on to elaborate that what it means is that this doctrine would be revealed in the north, which of course indicates the Five Peaks Mountain in China, which is the place where the sun rises. And yet the rays of the sun shining from north to west indicate that this doctrine would actually be predominantly practiced in the West, and that it would bring the most benefit to sentient beings in the West, and specifically in America. And so it's going like from east to west. And this also indicates in terms of the analogy that when the sun rises, then the rays of the sun gradually come out and shine to the west. And so like that, gradually I can know that from the prediction that this would be brought to the west, and that gradually in stages it is something that would become fully endowed as it began to be propagated. And while I was in the shrine room in Colorado, I realized the truth of this prophecy taking place at that moment. And I became extremely happy because I knew that the time for this doctrine to be brought to America was occurring, and that the propagation and the prophecy was actually coming to pass in that very moment. And so I felt extremely pleased. In general, when I check my actions, they're really always based on making prayers to my sacred deity that I have a heart connection with, and to my root and lineage teachers. So I pray to them and I wait for signs to indicate to me what should occur. But this time when I came to America, in that of course I do that, I've noticed that what's happened here happened far more spontaneously. It's not been a case where I was praying and waiting for signs. It was more of a case that it was just occurring according to that which was the most beneficial to sentient beings and beneficial to the propagation of the doctrine. So it's something that's been also very spontaneous. Because I have not come here to this country, nor in that I'm going to Europe. It is not so that I can get money and donations. It is not so that I can get reputation and become well known in these countries. I'm telling you, this is not my motivation. I have come here almost just, in a sense, it's been like being crazy. Just deliriously arriving here. And powerlessly. It's been something that occurred quite out of my power, but I feel for sure that it is due to the blessings of Manjushri. And it is due to that reason alone. So that powerlessly, here I am, quite to my own surprise, that this is all happening. Yet I recognize it to be the time of the coming of concerned activities and the time of bringing benefit to sentient beings through the blessings of Manjushri. So just like I feel that Manjushri has been my principal protector and has blessed me and has cared for me on this journey and has actually been the one responsible for everything that's been happening, which involves meeting all of you just by a coincidence. I also feel that all of you should consider that you are also now sort of powerless in a sense that you are being blessed by Manjushri because you're part of it. So Manjushri is blessing you too. So all of us are the same. We are all experiencing the blessings of Manjushri, which is something that we must acknowledge. So that now, you should practice this Dharma. Now that you've heard it, you should practice it. And you should propagate it, and you should make sure that it benefits self and all other beings. This is the hope that I have for this connection. And so I would like to express that wish and that hope that each and every one of you will become practitioners of these revelations, and you will be able to bring great benefit to all other beings. So just as it is believed according to Western science that the sun never sets on the world. In other words, it's revolving and the sun is always shining on the world. So just like that, I would like to use that analogy to exemplify my feeling towards all of you that now you have met with this Dharma teaching. And if you practice this, the sun of the doctrine will never set on you. It will always shine on you.
디나노보다 주는 양식되는 거는 이만큼 비트서만 걔 아는 거만은 이마마 그래 이전이 또 이게 대신 약속도 처음이야 주는 양식 오마라 받아라 오마라 받아라 이쪽도 또 계획이 오마라 받아라 계획이 거리가 가거든 난 나무는 이 주는 양식되는 거야 이만큼 비트세.
So what I'm really saying is, you see, even though the sun will set here in the west and you'll all be sleeping in your beds and it'll be dark out, over in Asia where I am, we'll all be up and awake and chanting Om Marapatsana when we do in our practice. And so the sun's rays will take the energy of that blessing and will come around, and then you will wake up and you will hear Om Marapatsana and you will get up and you will also practice. So it's like when we're sleeping, you're practicing, and it just goes like that.
데리야, 나중에 당이 중요한 선생님이 예시로 만나요. 난 야나보면 발전량 새로워지. 나 급체서는 저식그다가 통교와 발전량 요일이 맞춰야 된다고 지. 나 그치기는 야마는 거 그걸 알아봤잖아. 되는 거. 나도 그치는 야만이 당 알아도 거기 처음이야. 예시 이야기라서 봐. 이야기 처음만 나오나. 야 알아봤잖아. 또나 나 그치는 거 이렇게 믿으지 마.
So you see, it's really true because even now, in Asia, probably all of the practitioners of this dharma, they're sleeping in their beds because it's nighttime. It's probably after 11 at night and they're asleep. But here we are in America, giving the empowerment. We're all thinking about Manjushri and chanting the mantra, Om Marapatsana. And so this energy is all happening. And so then, when this day is complete, which is filled with the blessings of Manjushri, they'll already be waking up and they're already starting their practices. So you see, the sun of the Dharma never sets.
나한테 나는 그저 때때기 깨라서 깨비 딱인데요. 나 주문은 라무디니 저거 밥만 넣어다. 감보나 풀소지. 나 뒤에 나다 힘이 좋아요.
So this auspicious opportunity that we're having here, we should also attribute that to the kindness of His Holiness Kemanor Rinpoche and also Kempo Namgyal.
then 난 예민치 않아. 난 조우조 엄마보다는 난 약자를 못해. 난 약자를 못해 주죠. 대신들은 나 동반을 못해 주죠. 나서 망치가서는 너가 당원가 대니zon데 나 뭐만 해요. 그다서 나중에 얘기야. 뭘 걔는 주급 상마야. 나요 당 장이야. 나 됐다. 대대 나는 나 그치 약자를 못해 가는데 나 어쨌든 완전 상이 들어가서
And also I would like to acknowledge the contribution of Gyalpa Rinpoche and his centers, who are entirely responsible for my visit to this country, and also the kindness of Trungpa Rinpoche and his centers, because it is due to their efforts that the initial invitation letters came to me in Tibet, and that through those letters I was able to receive permission and actually access so that I could come on this journey. But I would like to also really acknowledge the kindness of Gyalpa Rinpoche, who is really responsible for all of this, and it's something that I will never forget, and I hope that none of us will ever forget it. And in just a few days, I do realize that it's time for me to leave the United States.
아주 워킹게로 상을 잡수되죠. 디비시는 디비 이쪽 장을 제대로 디비 주요. 마피 생기는 없었지 않습니까? 다 이쪽이 이리는 거 사리지 때 뒤를 잡는 더 종이도 받아서 문제 되게. 다 이쪽이 생기는 자체다. 근데 주의 받는 나라는 집안에 생기는 거 문제도
which he then explained means something like, if you write something in letters, it can be erased by water or by some other substance which has the power to eliminate it. But if you write something on the mind, it can never be erased. It is never vanished. And so the mental impressions that have been made in terms of receiving these Dharma transmissions are something that will never leave you and will never be separate in terms of that, particularly if you maintain an
chute nyam sa me dari ko da san ti ti ya da jin yo ji nam sa me yo ti da me chi sem ti ya mo ti ko da na na ji ma me ti ko.
So please understand the meaning. If you write a letter, if you write words down, they can be erased. It is not something that is permanent. But if something is impressed on your mind, it is permanent. It cannot be erased. It's always there.
That could be on the. I didn't know what I was not able to open it. I'm always looking on. That's like I didn't know what young years. Then the young. That is something that no one can worry. That's how I'm worry. You don't think you might die. That's Jima. You could come back here.
And I know that I have many new students here in America, and I care for all of you very much. And so therefore I hope that I can come back again and again. But it is true that I am elderly and I am not so well physically, and so I don't know that it will be possible. But anyway, I hope that it could be possible. But I do feel that whether I come back or not is not the point. The point is that each and every one of you must practice this Dharma. You must practice the Dharma, that is the point. Always or never forget to circle the world. And so like that, I will never forget my students in America if they never forget me. That's the song.
No, no visitors. Other people?
I don't know where they are.
They are in the door inside.
They're not allowed. But this is.
Takip ja nıfşık yerkip zangmi yana tumer kaçıya lama komçuksumla hiç serçibi tatbi boymuş yapsın doğadı. Verdi kaçıya sambab zango şambada nyanji kinni lan şanti çıktı senti bada. Tar وصل زواجهم بينام سب لم يام سب لان بتسخش كزونج كوما جبر فيه تاني كني جان كاتشي وين
I think I missed it.
Oh, yeah.
Good, good.
Thank you.
Okay, we have your car waiting.